I'm Abraham Doby, Captain with the Surry County Sheriff's Office over Animal Control Division. Our primary objective with Animal Control Division is rabies control and sick, injured animals or dangerous or potentially dangerous animals. That is our primary objective. So it's very important to have your animals vaccinated against rabies. If not, there could be some quarantine issues if there's ever a bite or an exposure to wildlife. So it'd be very helpful to the shelter and to you as citizens to vaccinate against rabies. Another thing we have to continuously work on is the shelter operations. Over the past few years, the shelter has become like a rescue. We're having to network so many animals that's coming in. Last year, our numbers were about 700 animals increase came through this shelter as previous years. So far this year, in January of 2024, we have had 165 dogs come into this shelter. I have 22 runs to operate with. So what that means is at some point during the day, an average of 5 dogs has to leave this shelter because that many dogs is coming in to maintain normal operations. Our staff, our vet tech Kelly Payne and Sergeant Katie Imes does an awesome job networking with close to 200 different rescues that are nationwide trying to move these animals out of the shelter environment. We are currently housing 6 bite quarantine animals in the shelter with another 5 under a home quarantine. So that falls back on the rabies laws we have to follow, along with the animals that's just left at the shelter for various reasons that we have to try to rehome or adopt out. The benefits is this: if someone is in need as an animal welfare issue, this facility will be more than helpful to try to help you with your circumstances. What I wish they would not do is, if they have other options, please try those before you bring them to the shelter, because once an animal comes to the shelter, the options are very limited on what we can do with that animal. There's only really 3 options. If an animal is either brought in as a stray, we would have to hold that animal 72 hours. If someone signs an animal over to the county, or owner surrenders as we call it, they sign their rights to that property away, which is the way the law looks at an animal as property. At that time, we would either have to put it in our adoption program if it passes the behavior assessments and there's no any other issues with it, or it gets to be rescued out, or euthanasia. That's the only 3 options that there really is in the shelter environment. Yes, it's hard some days. Having to euthanize animals is not easy, but it is part of the job. That's why we try everything in our power to move these animals. We have several fosters in the county that hold animals for us. Try to socialize some animals that need some more socialization to get into our adoption program. Some of our local rescues, Surry Animal, Mayberry for Paws, has been tremendous assets over the years. I can't say enough about Mayberry for Paws and the amount of time and money and effort those people have donated to the shelter. Without them, we would not be as far along as we are now. And I would like to personally thank all of those people for the help they have given and continue to give. Without them, what we do would not be possible as far as saving the animals we can save. We have had roughly 5 or 6 cases in the last 6 or 8 months come back positive for rabies in Surry County. So it's very important, along with being state law, that your dogs, cats, and ferrets are vaccinated against rabies. As important as that is, please help spay neuter the pet population. We've got to do something to slow the intake. It makes it hard on everyone involved, makes it hard on the sheriff's office, makes it hard on taxpayers. So if anything that you can do to spay and neuter to help control the overpopulation of animals would be greatly appreciated.